Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare placenta nocciata incasciata, a recipe for a cake with cheese and walnuts, from Costanzo Felici's Letter on Salads, written in the 16th century. We start with ingredients. We need flour, cheese, sourdough, walnuts, raisins and spices, black pepper, cloves and saffron. We need the flour with sourdough, 2 pinches of salt, black pepper, cloves, and warm water colored with saffron. Placenta is a term that comes from Greek and Roman traditions and refers to various types of cheesecakes and fritters with cheese, both sweet and savory. The most famous one is Cato's placenta, described in De Agricultura, made with a series of layers of pasta, alternated with cheese and honey. But all ancient cheesecakes should be considered a type of placus, as they are called in Greek, as we read in Athenaeus De Hypnosophists. A cake such as libum is a placus, as are sabillum, encitum, and many others. In the Renaissance, placenta is synonymous with cake, but also in some cases with pizza or crescente, as we read in Vincenzo Tanaras L'economia del cittadino in villa, and historical pizze are very different from today's pizze. You'll find the links to the videos for ancient placus and medieval pizza in the description below. We mince the cheese, coarsely chop the walnuts, and add them to the dough with the raisins. Then we let the dough rise. According to Costanzo Felici, with these ingredients we can make either bread or a placenta. The difference, as the author explains, is in the shape. A placenta requires a round, flat shape, whereas bread is formed into a loaf. Felici writes that this preparation can be made with walnuts alone, making a dish very similar to a type of pizza described by Tanara, or with walnuts and cheese cut into small pieces, sometimes with the addition of raisins or dried figs. The dough is inzaffaranata, which means that it's kneaded with saffron and prepared with many spices. Other types of bread or placenta that the author describes are pan papato, which means peppered bread, prepared with honey and sugar, or others with water, saffron, pepper and spices, which are given to women who are about to give birth. All these preparations are leavened. As explained by Felici, sourdough was the most common leavening agent in his time. To learn more about cakes in historical cuisine, read our book Early Italian Recipes, Cereals, Bread, Pasta and Pies, with recipes from the Antiquity to the Renaissance and an introduction to the historical uses of cereals, basic preparations and ingredients. This book is the second in the series Early Italian Recipes, the first being dedicated to vegetables, fruit, herbs and flowers in historical cooking. For more information on ancient food, read Ancient Roman Cooking. Information on late medieval cuisine can be found in our books Registrum Coquine, a Medieval Cookbook, and Libro della Cucina, Medieval Tuscan Recipes. A list of our books is in the description below. In addition, you can find the translations of historical sources on our Patreon page, along with several articles about ancient and medieval food. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. We flatten the dough with our hands, let it rest for 20 minutes, and bake the placenta in the oven for about 35 minutes. If you like, you can use the same dough to make bread, with or without cheese and dried fruit, according to your taste. In this case, the cooking time may change depending on the size of the loaf. This placenta was incredible, with an intensely spicy flavor, sweet with saffron and raisins, and complex with the texture of walnuts and the delicious smell of cheese. We ate it on its own as a snack, but it would also be perfect with a meat roast. It would be nice to try with different dried fruits, such as prunes and figs, or with an aged cheese such as pecorino. It's a delicious way to taste the amazing luxury of everyday food in the Renaissance, through a very simple preparation, which is also perfect for a special breakfast or a historical dinner. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.